Oh man, it has been a long, rough week. Man, how long do I have to do this for? 17 minutes! Fuck! Alright, well, you know what? Let's go ahead and just break it all down, and hey, who knows, maybe time will go by pretty quick. So anyways, boys, it looks like a Jenua defense that just so happens to have, our good old friend Molly along with Laia. So hey, there's a whole bunch of broken shit on that side. Thankfully for us, we have Celine, and we also have Politis. Because we have those two, Molly goes. You then react immediately, go for the big honkin' big dick, my fucking damage is amazing on fucking Jenua, straight up activate his bullshit. Oh no, then there's like immortality. Then your Politis goes, and unless you just get utterly fucking destroyed by 15%, yeah, you should go on ahead and strip that. And because I also have Fairy Tale for a Nightmare on her, hey, congratulations, Jenua's fucking dead. And then all you have left now is Laia, which I straight up went into with a Soulburn Thundercrop onto the Laia, and she is straight up damn near fucking super dead. And I just brought Milim just because. Didn't even really need her, to be honest with you, but hey, then we just kind of kill them and we're good to go. So, on to the oh-so-wonderful fun stuff of the day. So hey, we're gonna be going into a team that is extraordinarily susceptible to fucking injury. As a matter of fact, you could just straight up bring any and all injury-based shenanigans into this and you straight up fucking win for free. But we wanted to be special. We wanted to be fucking cheeky about it. So we're going to use Ravi because Ravi got buffs recently, and honest to God, I think Ravi is a sleeper fucking OP character. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the answer really is Blood Moon Haste. Maybe the answer is just Celine. But, like, hey, I think the changes that Ravi got were pretty fucking big. So what were the big things in particular about her? Well, for starters, she's no longer like a ramp-up character like she used to be, where she was just gaining free fucking stats. Now, she's a character that just benefits off having a fuckload of health. So that's basically what I went with. I went with a counter set, and I'm almost at 25k HP. 24, .723, just to be exact. And I also happen to have a fairly decent amount of attack with her, too. So we're actually doing somewhat decent damage going into these fucking, chunky boys that we're doing. And we're also dealing injury damage, because that's what the S3 does now. The S3 actually does injury. However, the S1 doesn't, so it's like an inverse of Apocalypse Ravi, but hey, whatever. It doesn't really matter. The big thing in particular is the fact that, Ravi is straight up kind of immune to the detrimental effects that HP scalers have whenever they get injured, which is fucking amazing, by the by. And also right here, because I'm not even paying attention to my own footage, right there is where I also happen to land a crit. Lucky for me, I actually have a fairly decent amount of bulk on this character, along with a little tiny barrier that Mediator Kawerik also provide. Krau just kind of let loose his horse, and he's straight up kind of dead in the water now. So, because of that, well, it's really just a matter of, hey, get to your turn, do your damage, until you eventually fucking win. Would it be cool if Ravi actually had injury on her S1? Yeah, it would be, but at the same time, I kind of like this direction that Ravi's going in. It's just hey, the injury is on the S3, you only have access to the S3 if you happen to get a counter on your first hit, because she doesn't gain Fighting Spirit for taking hits anymore, she only gains Fighting Spirit for doing her S1, so that pretty much means that, counter set is the way. I initially had her on a slightly faster set, but she straight up loses 4k fucking HP. And honestly, I kind of feel like the HP is absolutely worth it, because the higher her HP value is at the very start of a match, that HP is then converted into attack, and straight up, even if you're injured, that shit doesn't go away. But either way, also to even really just talk about what we're facing here is, I don't really understand what the comp was going for, because it was a Christy, it was a Krau, and then it was also a Dark Corvus. Straight up, as long as you have a red unit that can straight up just tank the abuse, or just straight up if you have really, really detrimental injury that you can just throw onto the team, you straight up win for free. Urban Shadow Shoe would fucking eat this team alive. Especially if it's Dark Corvus, all you have to do is just have any and all light healer that just has, decent bulk in terms of HP. When it comes to fighting Dark Corvus in the past, I've used things like General Purgus, I've used things like Doris, I've used things like Rule. It's really just a matter of hey, pick a light unit and then make sure they are very, very thick, And if you really want to make it very, very, like, consistent, throw on an injury unit onto that team as well, and they just straight up will not fucking kill you. I just decided to go with Mediator Kawerik because he is a cleanser, and he also provides attack buff, which Ravi does use. She's not an HP scaler, or just her initial attack is determined by her HP value at the very start of the match. But hey, we yapped enough about that shit. Ravi feels pretty fucking good. And speaking of which, now we're going into a team where I straight up thought, I was 100% convinced, a Troublemaker, Crozet, Belian, and then an Edward Elric, yo, this team has to be injury. It just has to be. There has to be. There's no fucking way that it doesn't have it. Guess what? None of these are on injury. Absolutely none. And as we've seen multiple times before, if you're ever going into a Belian team and you have Roana and you have Last Strider Krau, guess what? The whole fucking team's free. Because any and all attacks that the Belian does to you, hey, that's free cooldown reduction for Last Strider Krau. That also gives you barrier, and if they happen to be on counter set, which they usually are, if they're not on injury, or they're on Elbrus, you know, shit like that, well, then you straight up, it just works out in your favor. You just straight up get tons of extra heals. You just, like, Roana keeps you, like, super healthy to the point where you kind of don't give a shit. The extra barriers that are going on to Last Strider Krau, you just don't fucking care. At this point, I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I'm just going to start going into the Belian for the sake of just getting counters. And I kind of don't even give a shit about whatever the Edward Elric's going to do, because the Edward Elric is also not on injury, so he's not going to be doing big damage to my Roana, and he's also not going to be, like, he's not going to eventually kill her. So, like, right here was where, okay, so this is going to trigger Rise, because I went into the Edward Elric, got a stun, then it hits me, okay, cool, everything works out. Because this is the cool thing that Ravi also does, is she gains, well, she cleanses off of a debuff if she's hit with a crit. I do think it's kind of shitty that it has to be a crit, whereas, you know, like the CR production that she gets, whenever you hit her, she just straight up, you know, jumps up on the CR bar. I kind of wish that that also applied to, you know, a debuff and it didn't have to be a crit. Whatever. Semantics, shemantics. It's just kind of the way it is. But either way, if you ever have, like, just Ravi just chilling on the team, she feels pretty fucking amazing, just from the perspective that we haven't fought Senya yet, but we're going to eventually. Senya is really no longer a threat in terms of, oh cool, I have a really, really bulky-ass unit that I can just throw onto the team, and I will kill that Senya in next to no time at all, even without things like attack buff. Well, no. You see, I can't even fucking remember whatever the other fight was, but we'll see it eventually. But either way, hey, Last Strider Krau and then also Ravi, just going in, doing damage, because we have the auto crit now that's on Ravi. Kind of straight up don't even need to give a shit about the crit resist that was on the units. And you really just kind of get whatever you need, and the only thing I don't like is I just don't like how Double Drive feels kind of shitty. It feels like you really just want to be farming slaughter hits, which is the S1. But hey, I'm still really digging Ravi right now. Oh, goody. Okay, class, going ahead and take a good look. This is LucentAzure attempting to do a team run it the fuck down onto a team that you should not be trying to run it the fuck down. So, case in point, we're fighting Ocean Breeze Luluca, and then we're also fighting ae-KARINA, and then the anchor of the team, which is Spirit Eye Celine. Now, there are a lot of things that you could have done to really, really fight this. I went about this thinking, oh, Bite is definitely going to be doing enough of extra damage that this should be able to, you know, kill the Spirit Eye Celine. However, you know, dumb shit me isn't really taking into account that, yeah, we straight up one-tap the Ocean Breeze Luluca. Now, we have to get that extra hit one more time onto the ae-KARINA. Which, that's a 50-50 shot, dog. It is a 50-50 shot. And then also, we conveniently just so happen to forget, oh fuck, the Spirit Eye Celine has finally gone now. So now I have to deal with shit like, you know, immortality. So even if I was to hit right there, oh fuck, she's like immortal, I still have to strip it. Okay, cool, you strip it there, but now you have to deal with fucking Spirit Eye Celine. And here is where the fun shit begins. So, yeah, she doesn't kill my Sinji right there, but then, hey, it already took way too long. We've lost our immortality. Now she's dead. Now we have to deal with Celine. and we don't have the benefits of Bite. Sure, we still have things like, you know, our Immortality and Wild Dog Company, which, hey, that's just gonna buy you one more fucking turn. Because straight up, the Celine is doing more than enough damage to the point where we're not doing enough to really bypass the, you know, the damage limit. Like right here, we come extremely close. Because, like, you know, that's one big hit there. She's going to heal somewhat. Then we're going to hit again. And then, of course, you know, Bite doesn't actually affect the person that it hits. And we don't do enough damage on Sea Phantom Politis to actually kill right there. And lo and behold, I just decide to give up. So that was all my fault there. I could have gone with completely different teams into this. What did we learn, class? Oh yeah, LucentAzure's a fucking retard. Hey, good job! So, in other news, let's go ahead and go in with Last Rider Krau yet again into an Aria team. An Aria team with Yulha and with Abyssal Yufine. So, with Abyssal Yufine, straight up, I'm just going to bring Elvira. Elvira is going to straight up make Abyssal Yufine not work. We'll go into her, immediately just get that death break on her. Okay, cool. So now, eventually, whenever we just continuously keep doing damage, which the death break, honest to God, doesn't even fucking matter, because the attack that Last Rider Krau does already death pierces anyway. I'm just saying words for the sake of getting some of this fucking content out, especially because Aria also provides stealth. Stealth means we can't even fucking hit them. LOL. But the good thing is, we can at least get to Elvira's turn, where we can use S1 while she has her immortality to then do an AoE attack that will also strip. Thankfully, this does indeed happen. Yeah, I don't think it happens to the Yulha because... Yep, LOL. It didn't fucking really hit. Oh well, whatever. Hit the Abyssal Yufine. That's all that really matters. And then it's just a matter of, hey, just keep going until you keep getting AoE'd, use your Last Rider Krau S3s, and then you essentially just straight up win. Now, I did make a mistake. And it's a very, very silly mistake, because I was straight up just not paying attention. That was how it happened. I just wasn't paying attention. Right here, we are on the last turn of Immortality. So literally, hey, Elvira has one more turn of Immortality left, and then whenever she has one turn left, she's usually like really, really, really susceptible to being pretty much, you know, taken out by any one hit, because she's more than likely taking a fucking metric shitload of hits. Here I got greedy. I went for the S1 on Roana onto the Aria, because it was going to give me a counterattack. I used that for heals and, you know, all that other shit. And then I was like, oh, shit. I forgot to use the S3 on Roana, because that's the whole point of delaying the S3, so that you can have some form of revive on you whenever you have one turn left of your immortality. Fortunately for us, it doesn't really matter at this point, because the Abyssal Yufine is already dead. That is the entire reason why Elvira is there. And, oh noes, okay, she's fucking dead. Hey guys, give me that EE for Roana that just straight up revives the dead. Why don't we just make her more ridiculous? Roana's already a fucking absolutely incredibly cracked Soul Weaver anyway. But either way, that's pretty much what happened. There was no reason for Elvira to really even be dead there. Just my own stupidity was really what caused it. But either way, just keep going into the Aria, because you're going to be hit by any of the S1s or the S2s that are going to go out from the Aria, and you'll eventually get it, get your Last Rider Krau bite, kill it. Now, onto this last team right here. So I just thought, okay, we're more than likely not going to kill, because, you know, my luck is fucking terrible, and my Midnight Gala Lilius never fucking kills blue, like, bruisers. It just never fucking happens. So we'll go in, do big damage there, but then right here's where the shoe's going to go in with a big hit. Okay, no big deal. Still giving me a lot of CR boost on my Ravi. And then here comes the buffs that the Mediator Kawerik's going to give. And then here comes the final set of attacks that are going to go into my Ravi. Thankfully, you know, green going into red. Hey, works for me. That was just straight up 15%, so she just fucking missed. And then I also happened to get a counter, so because of that one counter, we have Devil Drive. And we did a fairly decent amount of damage to that Senya. So, like, hey, straight up, Ravi feels pretty fucking based when it comes to doing damage to Senyas now. And I brought Blood Moon Haste because, no real fucking reason, but like, hey, straight up, the shoe was low enough on HP. I saw that opportunity. Okay, go for it. Go for that S3. Straight up kill it. And now, all we have left is Mediator Kawerik. I don't give a fuck if you actually manage to kill my Midnight Gala Lilius. Doesn't fucking matter. She is more than likely going to survive, and if she doesn't, Ravi is straight up going to fucking finish the fight anyway. And ladies and gentlemen, we get our turn, we get our S3, Shazams, press that button, watch the pretty little animation, and Shazams! Mediator Kawerik is fucking dead. Are we fucking done yet? No, indeed, we are not done yet. So, I'll go ahead and I'll bring up just like the schedule for this week. My work week has been fucking insane. Like, it's been absolutely fucking crazy. I've had so much shit going on for like the last 3 weeks. It's actually been like about a month of constant nonstop work. So, I may or I may not make something for Wednesday. It really all depends on the actual quality of the Guild War and if I even have the fucking patience to do it. Because I will be going out of town on Thursday, I will be using that time to get some good old R&R. I need some time away. I need to just relax and recharge my batteries for a weekend. So if I do make something Wednesday or if I don't know. We'll figure it out. And then for Friday, that means nothing's going to get made. Maybe I'll make something. Maybe I won't. It really depends on the quality of the Guild War that we get. And then we'll go from there. But either way, that's my schedule for the rest of the week. We'll see whatever the fuck happens. But in other news, when it comes to the actual characters themselves, Ravi still feels really, really fucking good. Current, like, final form Ravi is as little speed as possible. Kind of basically building her like a Navy Captain Landy, but except, like, you know, you don't need crit. Because, lol, I just crit now, which is pretty fucking great. Celine is an absolute fucking monster because she's just super, super great going into Jenua shenanigans because that character is fucking busted right now. Well, actually, no, he's not busted. He's busted with fucking Molly, and literally everyone's using Molly because Molly is fucking pants-shittingly retarded. But, like, either way, those characters are great. Blood Moon Haste, I haven't really had a lot of amazing success with him because he's quite literally just like AoE fucking Apocalypse Ravi, and my Apocalypse Ravi sucks and I don't know how to really play her. But either way, boys, that's the video. If you like this garbage, go on ahead and hit that like button. If you want to see more of my stuff, hit subscribe. You probably won't be seeing much more this week.